Is there objection?
reserving the right to object. And
Senator from Tennessee.
And rather than making a statement, I hope it will be suitable to the senator from Wisconsin for me to make my explanation of why I'm objecting after I object. I will object.
Objection is heard.
Mr. President.
Senator from Tennessee.
President, the goal here is to help students. The goal here is to find ways to help college students, find easier ways to apply to go to college, to avoid overborrowing. The goal would be to give them a year-round Pell Grant. The goal would be to simplify the application form that they have. The goal would be to keep the interest rates as low as we can. The goal would be to make it easier to repay the student loans. That is our goal. And our Education Committee, upon which the senator from Wisconsin and the senator from Pennsylvania are very valuable members, is completing work on the reauthorization of the Higher Education Act with just those goals. We've had 8 hearings. We're considering a number of bipartisan proposals to, as I said, simplify the grants and loans for college, to provide for year-round Pell, to make it easier to repay student loans, and to discourage overborrowing, which is weighing down many students. One of the most important of those proposals, which was recommended to us by witnesses, is that we should simplify the process so that there is one grant and one loan. That would be a Pell Grant and a loan. In the last authorization of the Higher Education Act in 2008, Congress agreed to sunset the Perkins Loan Program, and that's what's happening now. I support sunsetting that, although it would allow students who are currently receiving Perkins loans to continue to do that. And as I said, our committee is hopefully finishing by the end of the year our work on reviewing our student loan program, including Perkins loans. The Perkins loan has a higher interest rate than other undergraduate loans. It does not give students the advantage of participating in income-based repayment programs, which allows, this is the law for all the student loans which are still available, not affected by this discussion, which allows students to pay their student loan back at no more than 10 to 15% of their disposable income every year, and if after 20 years it's not repaid, it is forgiven. You can't get that with a Perkins loan. According to the Congressional Budget Office, reauthorizing the Perkins loan will cost $5 billion over 10 years. Many witnesses before our committee have said that $5 billion would be better spent paying for more Pell Grants, which are going to result from our simplified student aid application, from our authorizing of a year-round Pell Grant, and from simplifying the repayment process. So the question is, do you spend the $5 billion for that, or do you spend it for a program with a higher interest rate and no good income repayment program, which many of our witnesses said is time to expire? I'm one of a bipartisan group of senators who propose we replace the Perkins program with students' loans that are simpler, with a lower interest rate, and more generous repayment opportunities. We'll finish our review of higher education by the end of the year. It'll be ready for the full Senate. We can look at all the various loan programs. We loan more than $100 billion a year. This is a very small part of that. All those other loan programs are still available at a lower rate with a better income repayment program. In the meantime, as I said, students who currently have Perkins loans will continue to have them while we continue the review. So our goal is to simplify the system, make it easier for students to apply for grants and loans, allow them to have year-round Pell Grants, allow them to not overborrow so much, and to allow them to repay back their loans better. And the Perkins loan is not as effective a loan in meeting those goals as the other loans that we have. So I object at least until we have a chance to further continue our review in the Senate Education Committee. Thank you, Mr. President. I yield the floor.